Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, LSI, for the opportunity. As most of you have already not heard about this in the cancer oncology space, our family friends have suffered from surviving the cancer, but the biggest issue is around the side effects associated with the cancer. Kallisio is partnered with MD Anderson Cancer Center in developing a technology which will take care of all the side effects associated with chemotherapy and radiation therapy. So everybody knows this. It used to be a few decades ago when I started my career, the cancer used to be an acute case. You hear stories about cancer, and then patients don't survive. It's become a chronic condition now, where because of early diagnosis, all the technologies that are being developed by the innovators, people are surviving a lot longer. The bigger issue, though, is that long-term side effects. You might have seen patients with hair loss, which is very obvious and recognizable, but the bigger issue is oral mucositis. More than 4 million people even today are suffering from that. So what is oral mucositis? Basically, imagine sunburning the inside of your mouth. So this is what ends up happening with radiation therapy or chemotherapy for patients. And it affects 90% of the patients who go through cancer care. And the issue is not just around patient side effects, but it also affects their treatment regimen. So when they are going through treatment, if the patient is diagnosed with any kind of side effect, the therapy stops and it has to restart. So it has a huge impact on the quality of life for the patient as well as the therapy that they're taking care of. The numbers are, speak for themselves. Essentially, all cancer patients will go through some sort of side effects. The biggest one is oral mucositis. 90% when they go through radiation therapy are affected by that. All chemo patients are affected by that. But the bigger damage is around hospitalization. Close to 20% patients will be hospitalized, and with a whopping cost of $40,000 per patient for taking care of them. So all this, drove Kallisio in our partnership with MD Anderson to go after a clinically proven technology. We basically wanted to take a look at what has been done in this space to solve this side effect. And some of you may have heard about Augmenix for the prostate cancer, where they separated the prostate from the surrounding organs to treat the patient. We're theoretically applying the same technology. There's plenty of evidence in the papers which has shown that if you separate the healthy organs away from the tumors, you would get better outcomes. More than 70% result in reducing severe oral mucositis. So here is a solution, very simple solution, a CT scan of a patient going through a radiation therapy after being diagnosed for head and neck cancer. What is shown here is that the tongue was separated from the tumor, and as a result of that, you look at the left chart, tongue was completely protected. This helps you in reducing the oral mucositis. We basically have built our solution on this technology. Our first product, Stentra, which addresses radiation treatment for head and neck cancer patients, essentially customizes the patient's anatomy, creating a device which gets inserted in the mouth before the therapy and pushes the healthy tissue away from the tumor, whether it's to the right, to the left, or top or bottom. It has been FDA cleared and ready for sales. The focus for us really is patient specificity. We learned early on in the career that no two patients are the same, and in this case, in cancer case especially, you might have also heard that targeting the tumor is extremely important. So in our case, we actually take an optical scan, create the anatomy, and provide the device to the patient. We were actually, approached by MD Anderson to commercialize the technology, so we have an exclusive license on this. And essentially, nobody's been able to do this, where you take a scan and in less than 3 days provide a custom device for treatment. And so what we have is a data-driven optical scan taken, our automated software that we have developed in conjunction with our partners, and our manufacturing partners, Rico, who is our commercial and manufacturing partner, helps us deliver the product to the patient in time. So this is our first product, which I just talked about. We are trying to go after all cases of mucositis. The Stentra product covers the areas where you are before getting oral mucositis, where you're being trained, treated for it. The second product that we're working on, getting ready for FDA submission, is for chemo care, which is a much bigger market. And then the final is drug delivery devices, custom for the oral mucosa space, which is also desired to avoid all the digestive-related side effects. Our team, the top row, is our development team. We have worked together for more than 2 decades in coming up with many products under the incubator. And then the bottom row team is the one, Eugene is our founder from MD Anderson. Joy is the billings administrator from MD Anderson as well. And Gary is our manufacturing and distribution partner from Rico. We have a world-renowned clinical advisors. A lot of these institutions are leading in cancer center, and they are championing our cause here. So current status, we've been busy. Our main focus today is these 4 items. The first one is about launching our current product for head and neck cancer patients. We have some of the well-known hospitals where we are pursuing pilot studies. We're also looking at clinical partners. We have started clinical study with UPMC and a few other MD Anderson centers for our second product. And we're also launching our product because it's a FDA cleared. Marketing-wise, we're not leaving any approach closed. We have direct-to-oncology partners from MD Anderson introductions. We also have channel partners in Rico, who is our commercial distributor. And then we're also looking into going directly to the patients. It is a big market. A lot of patients are suffering from this. A lot of cancer patients are surviving. And as a result of that, the side effects are not being addressed. So we feel that this area needs a lot of attention. We invite you to join us, whether you're an investor, a vendor, whether it's in clinical reimbursement, or a distributor. Thank you for your time, and please look me up if you have any other questions or need more information.